Your Excellencies, our protocols duly observed. It is with a heart emblazoned with an alloyed sigh of elation that I stand here in front of the flurry of eminent people here in Gadet. And I must first of all seize this opportunity to send my utmost appreciation to the flurry of honorable people that are gathered out here. It is indeed a great honor to be standing in front of wonderful people like you. And this afternoon, my simple task here is to bandy over my intricately woven essay in a more summarized way, particularly focusing on how we can sustain the emerging peace trends in the Horn of Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, in his agenda for peace building, then United Nations Secretary General Boutros Ghali in 1992 noted that peace building refers to the process by which an achieved peace is placed on durable foundations and one which prevents violent conflicts from recurring by dealing with the underlying economic, social, cultural, and other factors responsible for the conflict. There has also been a term that has emerged through the works of Johan Galtung, which would have to do with what we call as positive peace and negative peace. By positive peace, then we are looking at structural factors that are likely to pose threats on the lives of individuals. We're trying to find solutions to such structural factors. Is when we say we have positive peace. Then with negative peace, it would have to do with direct violent acts such as torture, the situation where lives are lost, and the ilk. The thought-provoking question that I ask today is that the Horn of Africa, have we gotten to a stage where we can say that there is either positive peace or negative peace, or all the same, we have achieved both peace? From the definition that I earlier mentioned, it can be deduced that it is one cumbersome task trying to achieve peace and another Herculean task trying to sustain the peace that have been attained. Today, the politically grief-stricken Horn of Africa can boast of a situation where there are a whole lot of moves aimed at ensuring peace, and of course some of them have been met with peace in what some writers would describe as the pacifying influence on the peace process in the Horn of Africa, which was the election of Abiy Ali as the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. This was followed by the signing of peace treaties between the country Ethiopia and Eritrea. All these issues tell us that now there are moves aimed at peace. But the question is, how do we sustain the peace moves that have started? There have been some recommendations to the people of Eritrea to consider amicable solutions to the conflicts that have occurred between themselves and the people of Djibouti. We can also boast of electoral processes, peaceful electoral processes in the Horn of Africa for some time now. All these are emerging, changing, and spiraling moves that are happening as far as peace is concerned. That notwithstanding, they are met with certain challenging factors, such as the fact that today there are countries in the Horn of Africa that are posed with what I'll call as displacement, such that if we take countries such as Sudan, we can state that a study indicates that about 2.7 million of the people are still displaced. And there are a whole number of youth who are either forcefully migrating or economically migrating. Within the Horn of Africa, there are instances where internally some countries preach the word of peace, but internally, when it comes to disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration of the people involved in conflicts. It has become another issue of concern. And one issue that I want to raise is that, it's not for the fun of it, but I feel so sad to hear that within the Horn of Africa, there are countries which of course can say that, okay, we have agreed that this time around, our borders are going to be open to our neighboring countries. And the next moment, we realize that on their part, they have closed their borders and they don't allow people to come in there no more. We can make reference to what happened in Eritrea, where on the eve of December, it was their borders which have been already declared palpably that it was going to be open, were once again closed. I don't know if it has been opened as of now, but those are critical issues that we need to look at and how we can, moving forward, sustain the peace that have been attained. Ladies and gentlemen, in line with this, I suggest that we go back to a democracy that is more contextualized. Julius Kambaji Nyerere, the Mwalimu, once stated that when we talk about democracy, democracy is not like a bottle of Coke to be imported to another country. We should have a democracy that is contextualized to meet the need and encapsulate the needs of the African people. We should have a democracy where the youth will be given the opportunity, like it has started today, to ensure that their voices will be heard. Like Kofi Annan said some time ago, that the youth can make a difference. Their voices must be heard. Let's critically look at the issue of unemployment. Up to date, there are a barrage of number of youth who are moving out there, all because of the fact that they are posed with unemployment, poverty, and the ill. It is time for us to find solutions to all these issues. Let's just go back to an Africa that is for its people. Together, we can build the spirit of Ubuntu, which says that people are people through other people. Thank you very much.